talking to you from Split, Croatia. Actually, we're in Trogir, and which is just outside of Split. It's about 20 minutes outside of Split, and we're in the marina area. And there's a ton of beautiful old and new ships around here, and I thought it would be a great place to do my 30-day video challenge. So my name is Donna Dowell, and I am welcome to World Parenting. So in my last video, I talked about spending time with your kid, going for those one-on-one dates with your kid, to really hear them and to validate them as individuals, maybe to heal some of those wounds that have appeared in your relationship. I've got a crew full of teenagers, and there's always a lot of emotion and activity and drama around our house. So when you spend that one-on-one time with your kid, it kind of helps to dampen all of that down and to really get to the heart of the matter and have those heart-to-heart conversations. And even just to share a laugh or share a smile or a joke or a story, or even just to build that memory where you went to go see a fantastic boat together and you had a great laugh or a great cup of coffee together. But what I want to talk about today is the opposite strategy, which is giving each other space, giving each other time to breathe and be alone and recollect your thoughts. Now, in my household, there's a number of us who are introverts, and it doesn't mean that we like to avoid people, although that sometimes is the case. But what it means is that in order to recharge, we need to recharge by being alone. As versus an extrovert, where an extroverted person loves to recharge when they're with people, and that's what gives them energy, and being alone is what drains them. But for an introvert, it's the opposite. Being alone re-energizes them, and being with people drains them. So there's a number of people in my family who are introverted. They need to be by themselves when they need to recharge. And I think it's a real art, and it's a real powerful lesson when we as parents respect that. So I have one kid in particular who enjoys being by herself, and she loves to read and write and listen to music, and just recharges by being in her own thoughts and by journaling. And I had to learn, because I'm an extrovert, I had to learn not to encroach on her space, because I would see her withdrawing, and then I would think, oh no, something is wrong, I've got to go help her, and I'd dive into there, I'd walk into her room and I'd try to drag her out, I'd invite her out for coffee, I'd say let's go for a walk or whatever, and she'd be like, no, I just want to be alone. And it takes a great deal of self-discipline to realize that, hey, that person's not rejecting me, that person is not unbalanced or there's something terribly wrong. No, actually what's going on is that person is actually practicing self-care. She knows how to take care of herself. She knows how to renew her energy in a way that works for her, and I have to respect the fact that this is what she's doing. It's not a reflection on me, and when she's ready, she will rejoin the group. Now, you can imagine that as an adult learning this, I mean, that's pretty sad, right? I mean, that's sort of something we should have kind of all learned when we were a bit younger, but I guess we all learn at different paces. But it's also something that I'm helping my other kids to learn, and we all have to learn about each other, is that as a family, we're all experiencing sort of different energy. I call it energy cycles. So what it is at one point someone might be high in energy, and then another point someone will be, at that same moment, the sibling might be low in energy. And so the person who's high in energy comes along and wants to connect with the person who's low in energy, and the person who's low in energy says, no, leave me alone. I don't want to connect right now. I want to just be by myself. And what happens sometimes is the person who's high in energy will take it personally, and they'll think it's a rejection or a snub, and resentment can build, misunderstanding can build. So one of the things that I've done with my kids is I've helped them to frame it differently so that they don't see it as, oh, that person's snubbing me, that person's rejecting me, that person's being a jerk towards me. What they're seeing, what I'm encouraging them to frame it as is, okay, I'm at this point in my energy level, and my sibling or my parent is at this point in their energy level. And I need to understand that. I need to read the nonverbal signs as well as hear the verbal, and be patient. Just be patient. And they will cycle out of it, and when they are in the up wave, hopefully I'm still up, or even if I'm on a down wave, we'll catch each other at some point, and we'll overlap, and we'll connect at that point. But it's respecting the fact that we all have different cycles that we go through, and that we can be patient for one another. We can be gracious to one another. When one person is low and maybe everyone else is high, we can be understanding of that instead of judgmental and taking it personally and taking on resentment. So that's what I wanted to share with you today, is just helping different members of your family. If you're traveling together, and if you're really in close quarters together and you're really getting on each other's nerves, there is purpose in spending time together, spending that one-on-one time together, having that connection time, but there is also great value in respecting each other's space. And in order to back off and respect each other's space, you can frame it as it's just a different phase of the energy cycle that the other person is in. It's nothing to take personally. Just be patient, have a good sense of humor, and everybody will just we're just hoping that we sync up one of these days, that everyone syncs in their energy cycle. That's all anyone can hope for. And I'm hoping that by giving my kids this different framework, that it actually helps them in future relationships. Because those misunderstandings, as we all know as adults, that that can happen quite often. We can feel snubbed by one another. But I don't think it's actually that. I think it's just, everyone's going through their stuff. Everyone's going through their cycles. And if we can catch one another at a wave of the cycle and we kind of sync up, then that's great. And what we need to do, I think, as a community, as family, and as humans, is to just be patient with one another as we go through those different cycles. So that's it. That's me in Croatia, and I hope you have a great day. If you like what you see, if you like what you heard, please give me a thumbs up, give me a shout out, write a comment, say hi, and please feel free to click on my website, travelinggnomes.com, or give me a thumbs up or subscribe. I'd love to see you subscribe to my channel. Thanks. Take care from Croatia.